Born from the ashes. 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 Born from the. Watch me rain.
Hey everyone, and it's been a little bit of a wait, but we had some administrative kinks to work out, and we gave Ris3n a little bit of extra time to field their team. On the right side of the Golden Wall, as the Green Terran, first up for Cosmic Cloud Militia, the clan formerly known as Ris3n, it's JT Galactica. And on the left, as the Purple Zerg, first up for the Ris3n community team, it's Salt. Salt's been rocking it this season. Actually, I think I can say with pretty large amounts of confidence that every player Ris3n has fielded this season has won at least a game. I'm fairly certain. We've already had a ton of promotions, and Ris3n is going into this series undefeated 3 weeks in a row. JT Galactica is going up for Cosmic Cloud Militia. Now, Cosmic Cloud has had a bit of a rocky season. They have one win on the board, but they also had a total walkover against, I think it was Platinum Heroes or something. I don't know. I don't know. But it's going to be a best of 7, straight up all kill. Each team fields 4 players, 2 Platinums, a Diamond 3/2, and a Diamond 1. Oh no! Galactica had an excellent chance to stop Salt's third, but instead the Reaper went right by the drone. The drone made it out and dropped a third totally on time. But Ris3n has a pretty strong lineup today. A lot of familiar faces. I feel bad because we have so many Diamond 2 and Diamond 3 players right now, and there's only been 4 slots. Like, I haven't played anyone twice in that slot so far, and there's still people lined up at the door. So if you're one of Ris3n's Diamond 2/3 players, sorry. I haven't gotten you in. Sorry if you haven't gotten to play a second game yet, but this is a very short season, only 5 weeks, which means only 5 Diamond 3 or Diamond 2 players get into the matches. I know Rainforest reached out. Thank you for offering to sub in if we needed you, man, and a couple other people. This Reaper has gone unchecked for quite a while. It's actually dealt significant damage to the hatchery. Those drones are going to get away with their lives! No! The Reaper gets surrounded and picked off by Salt. AP Galactica is making a mix of Marines and Hellions. He's not going straight up for the Hellion aggression. Not dropping a bunker at the front or anything like that. Salt is just playing a straight up macro game, it looks like. He's getting blind spores up. I think these are blind. I'm pretty sure. I mean, Yeah, the guy's not going for Banshee, but Banshee opener is really common from Terrans in the matchup right now. So I don't blame Salt at his level for dropping those blind Spore Crawlers back at home. I mean, okay, so Salt has a very strong defense here. He has a lot of transfuse on these queens if he loses it. Okay, that's one transfuse down. Ooh, that's two transfuses down. The Hellbats have morphed in. Now, Galactica has brought a Viking as opposed to a Banshee. Usually, it's a Banshee with these kinds of pushes. Salt got out many supply lords, many overlords to clear up his supply block. He's gonna lose the third, but I don't know. This is dicey. So, like, okay, Salt's gotten roaches out onto the field finally. This push is going to be sent back home. JT Galactica is not going to break through. He's already done significant damage taking out the third base. Oh! Oh my god! So, one shot from that Hellbat would have roasted an entire drone line. Risky plays from Salt, but they'll pay off. He's already redropped his third. JT Galactica is going to be thinking about transitioning into the next part of the game. He's gotten his third CC up. He's morphing it into an orbital before moving out, and he's getting a fourth CC. Salt has a mean roach push going. Both players have a ton of minerals, a ton of gas banked up. JT still has yet to take a fourth gas. He's going to move out one of his command centers. His army supply is a little bit lacking. If Salt wants to push out here, he could take the Terran down. There's no tanks or anything to anchor back at home. It's just Hellions. Salt has to be careful with his roach positioning. He doesn't have any lings or anything to tie the Hellions down and limit their mobility, but in a straight-on engagement, the Terran loses 10 times out of 10 right now. Hellbats or Hellions. It doesn't matter if they're Hellbats or Hellions, I'm just trying to say. He's doing a good job of cleaning up creep. JT was showing gold on the score screen. He's 10 Salt saying that creep's expensive. I really like what he did here. He put the tumors out on the dissipating creep. He has a lot of transfuse here again on the queens. They can tank a lot of damage for a really long time. But you know, I think JT Galactica here is at least a solid plat. We are letting him play 10 games below the games played requirement. However, I don't think he's like a diamond or anything like that. I think he totally still fits in the slot, and we're seeing a pretty even game so far, despite Salt's army advantage here. When you're at this low a level, coin flip situations can happen. JT Galactica has a massive bank, and I think he can still pull this off. No, says Salt. I think Salt might have left JT Galactica alone, but JT killed his creep. He asked him to stop killing his creep. Not like this. Blue Flame Hellions are doing a number on the roaches, but they're running into the queen trap. There's so many queens, they have a total block of the choke point. This is like Platinum Hero Swarmonomics right now. As the queens move very far out onto the map, the roaches are pushing ever onwards. There's only Battle Mech to hold down the fort, but JT Galactica needs something. He needs siege tanks, he needs banshees to hold this encroaching Zerg, but he keeps making Hellions, keeps making Cyclones. Salt pushes up the ramp to the third, takes out the entire army, splits off some roaches into the third. GG is called, and Salt takes game number 1. In the bottom left, as the purple Zerg, it's Salt. And in the top right, up second for Cosmic Cloud Militia, it's the yellow Terran, Avadan. Salt goes for an extractor trick. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. Could we have cheese on our dinner plates? The answer is maybe. See how I did there? You see how I totally shirked responsibility for making the call? That's professionalism. Straight professionalism. Yeah, so, Salt looked dicey for a little bit in game number 1, but ended up pulling it out with a roach push. Even though his opponents had out like 4 CC and 3,000 minerals, he never quite increased his production, so Salt was able to eke out the win. Oof, we have a cancel on an add-on to get out the Reaper. Hey, look, that's committal. That's going, man, you know what? I'm just gonna stick with my build. I'm not gonna do anything weird and roll with it. Now, Avadan has gone to barracks. This is very intriguing to me. He did not throw down a factory, which is what most Terrans do. Could this be a non-proxy 2-Rax Reaper or something? Well, there's a CC. Okay, we're seeing a reactor go down. We're seeing a tech lab go down. No, this is just going to be bio. One kill on the Reaper so far. This is pretty decent, especially since this Reaper is hitting a little bit late. That's kind of impressive. He was able to get out a kill. Oh, he loses the Reaper though. Now, did Avadan see that Salt had a third base? He did not. He did not scout out the third base. So the Terran is going to have to burn a scan or something. As the Terran, you're going to be really nervous. You want to know, is my opponent going 2-base Muta? Is he going 2-base Roach? Is he getting a Nidus? This is a really important set of information to have, because you have to make different units according to what the Zerg is doing. If the Zerg is going for a third hatch, if the Zerg is droning, you have to send out Hellions to stop their economy from really taking off. If the Zerg is sitting on 2-base, they have to... You gotta get out a Siege Tank if they're going Roach, right? You gotta find the Roach Warren, get a Siege Tank. If they're going Nidus, you gotta get Marines patrolling all over the place. If they're going Spire, you have to know your timing, so you have to get your Engineering Bay down, and you have to get out those missile turrets. Not too soon. You don't want to cut into your economy to get those out, but you want to make them while the Mutalisks are in their eggs and getting ready to hatch and move across the map. Avidan has dropped an engineering bay on the wall. It looks like he is going for a bio-tank push. Stim is going to be finished. I guess maybe this is going to be a combat shields timing of some sort. Salt is getting out 10 lings right at the 430 mark. This is excellent. As a Zerg player, you want to have... you really want to have like 16 lings out to hold whatever Terran aggression is coming your way around this time. But Salt has the right idea here. He's got an Evo Chamber wall between his Nat and his main. Now, Hellions could shark through here and hit this area, but I like... You can see the ideas Salt is going for, and it's solid strategy. Triple upgrades. I don't know about that. I don't usually see that, but the rest of it is, you know, starting to have the effects of the thought patterns of a higher level player. Avidan is getting out combat shields. He's also getting out a third CC. Salt is continuing to drone, continuing to tech, getting up a roach horn. 12 more drones are about to pop from their eggs in the next 7 seconds or so. This is quite the brave scouting Marine. Finally, seeing that the Zerg has a third base at the 6.5 minute mark. But at the 6.5 minute mark, the Zerg's going to be going for a fourth base. We're at least thinking about it pretty soon. Okay. Avidan is beginning his push. 1-1-1 has finished for the Zerg. Combat shields and stim are on the field for the Terran. No attack or defense upgrades. Salt has dropped a fourth base. It's going to be 62 army supply to 34 as the Terran engages. Salt did not invest in Banelings. He's going for this Ling Roach composition and a Ling backstab. The supply... Oh no! Oh god! He raised and then lowered the supply depot. The Lings are tearing through the SCVs. 17 have fallen. And these siege tanks are sieged pretty far off creep. No, the Marines move out of range of the siege tank. They move command into the roaches. Salt pushes forward. A Widowmine shot goes off pretty well. Avidan is a good sport about it. He goes, ha ha ha, crap. GG, my friend. Lucked out, says Salt. Okay. May Orange Jesus be on your side. One now, thanks, GLHF. Oh god, the sun. No god, that's not what I meant. Yes, go clouds, go, that nasty sun. Okay, guys, sorry. OBS crash, that was not... It did not affect the game. At all. It was just OBS crashing. So, in the bottom right corner, as the pink Terran, for Cosmic Cloud Militia, it's Text Race. In the top left, as the purple Zerg, up still first for the Ris3n community, it's the purple Zerg, Salt. Okay, so this is a brand new build that we saw in GSL. Text Race, triple proxy rasts, our Ris3n hero. Quadruple proxy raxed our Ris3n hero and is building Marines in his main. Feels bad, man. Now, there's a huge MMR gap. We are letting Texture Race off race. He does not meet the game requirements, the game played requirements, and he is tagged as a Diamond 1. So there are a lot of exceptions being made here. And it feels bad for Salt. I need some F's in the chat for Salt Boys. Free? Oh no. Yeah, there's not actually any pulling back from this for the Zerg. He just doesn't have enough units to fight. And this is looking like GG. So Texture Ace is going to put the first point on the board for extra 1. There are 0 workers remaining, but Salt's gonna fight to the last name. That's all she wrote. God, I didn't scout my own base. GG. Well, to be fair, you don't usually... In the top left, as the Green Zerg, up second for the Ris3n community, it's Stillfly. And in the bottom right corner, as the Pink Terran, up next for Cloud Militia, it's Texture Ace. I don't know why I can't say Cosmic. It's Cosmic Cloud Militia. I can't get the words out of my mouth. But Ris3n unfortunately did not have a second plat level player. So we are up 2-1 in the best of 7. Texture Ace got off a cheeky proxy 4-racks in the main of his opponent last game. Stillfly going pool first. Texture Ace is putting a barracks at the front of his base. Now, this usually means he's going to throw down a second barracks and go Reaper. This is the second time in the series I've called that, and probably the second time in the series I'm going to be wrong. Stillfly has not thrown down a second hatch. He's invested in a wave of lings. He's continuing to reinforce. This is looking to me like a bust, and Texture Ace is kind of screwed. He didn't wall off on the high ground, so he's not going to have a wall off. These lings will get in the base. They will delay the CC. They will kill the first Marine. There's like... Sure, Texture Ace has the time to send out an SCV and get a wall off going, but he doesn't have the money to do it. Okay, he's going to lift up into the main. Stillfly is going to go for the delay on the CC rather than engaging on the high ground. The supply depot will die. You can't repair a building. You can only keep building it. Down it goes. The Marine's going to be taken out as well, and these 8 lings are going to kill everything Texture Ace knows and loves. There's the cancel on the barracks. 2 Banelings are morphing in. Texture Ace can totally see these. There's a bunch more Banelings. And this is pretty dire for the Terran. He's going to get out a Reaper. But that's not going to do very much against this many Banelings. Kaboom. Boom! 19 SCVs go down. It's 1 army supply to 11, 14 workers to 0. I mean, Texture Ace can still drop mules, technically, but they will instantly die to the Zerglings. GG is called. Do this. In the bottom left corner of Eternal Empire, as the Red Zerg, it's Stillfly. And in the top right, as the Golden Terran, it's DH. The score is 3-2. This is the final player for Cosmic Cloud Militia. Stillfly is trying to take a 4-2 victory in favor of the Ris3n community. It's gonna be another Baneling bust out of Stillfy. DHDH is going for a more conservative opener with the barracks on the high ground than Texturace went with. And Stillfly is going for a less aggressive build himself, getting second hatchery. DHDH sees the incoming Lings with the Reaper. He kept it back home, and that was a wise decision. He may be able to delay these Lings from getting in on the SCV. Now they can, even with the Marine here, they can kill the SCV in time. Oh, Stillfly hesitated with diving in. Okay, there's still time for them to get in on the SCV. It's going to be very close. Oh! Swings the SCV around. Stillfly backs out. Ooh! DHDH gets the CC done. Stillfly hesitated just a bit too much. However, behind this, her Red Zerg is going for a Roach follow-up. 3 Roaches on the way. 6 Lings coming out. 4. Stillfly is on a very low worker count. The Terrans already had 5 SCVs. Binding off 2 gases. Hellions are coming out for him. Another dozen Lings are on the way. 2 Ravagers are morphing in. Third is getting ready to morph at the front. Only Ris3n members will know why I'm laughing. R/gatekeeping. The starport swaps onto the tech lab. It is sure to produce a Banshee. There we go. Stillfly is going to morph a 3rd Ravager at the front. Now, this many Hellions can kill this many Zerglings, but this many Zerglings can kill this many Hellions. It's all about positioning. The Ravagers are going to be a key tool in this fight for the Zerg. The Banshee is halfway completed. Stillfly needs to strike a decisive blow before the Banshee gets out and finishes off the Ravagers. Oh, the Mule hesitates in repairing. It's going to expire very shortly. Lings are flooding all over the natural. The Banshee is seconds away from completion. The Ravagers block the Lings from enclosing. There's not enough DPS going down on the supply depot. It gets biled down, but the Banshee is out. This attack is on a timer. All the Hellions have fallen here for DHDH. Stillfly goes into the mineral line. He's going to get a lot of SCV kills. And it looks like it may be enough. Stillfly pulls ahead 7 workers. However, the Terran still has 2 bases. Oh no! Stillfly didn't drone! He built more Lings. He's going back in. There's 2 Hellions on the field. Could this be an overcommittal from Stillfly? Terran buildings can fly. The CC can just pop into the main. Stillfly needs to drone behind us, and he needs to drone hard. He's building 4 right now. He's getting up 2 Spore Crawlers. But, basically he needs to keep a contain on the natural. Keep droning. Get up a 3rd as quickly as possible, because he didn't commit to that attack. Had that wave of Lings hit earlier, he would have finished the Terran. Had Stillfly gone after the remaining SCVs instead of the Hellions, the Terran would have been in a position where he had no ability to come back. But as it stands, so many mules are being dropped onto the field. The SCV count is replenishing, and DHDH has a difficult, but not non-existent, pathway back into this game. Stillfly is going to burn out all his lings if he commits to this. He needs to back off. If DHDH chose to move out now, he could get the killing blow on Stillfly with the army that he has. Especially with this armory finishing up, I think we're going to see a Hellbat Banshee push from our Terran. Stillfly is getting up a lair. It looks like he's going into Mutalisk. He does still have a Roach Warren. He is a little bit supply blocked. He has 3 Overlords about to pop, though, so that's not really going to matter too much. But he's going to need Roaches out soon. DHDH scans and sees there's no third. The lair is finished for Stillfly, but he's not making any tech. He is making an Overseer, as any good Zerg should. He's missing a drone on gas. He's taking the 4th gas in his main. He's almost at 200 Vespene in the bank, but the attack is here from the Terran. He's going to have to spend that gas on Roaches. He didn't make the Roaches! He could have helped! No! DHDH evens up the score. In the bottom left of Zen, as the yellow Terran, it's DHDH. And in the top right, as the orange Zerg, as the Acer for the Ris3n community, trying to bring home the 4th consecutive week in a row. It's 11. Is the assistant captain this season for Ris3n's VTL team. He did some good work today, so thanks to him for that. And I'm sure he's going to have a long and fine career in the Ris3n community. DHDH sends out his SCV scout. Now, of course, Zen was remaining. Eleven has gone hatch first. There are just so many tools for the Zerg to use on this map. It is a bad map, not gonna lie. Just generally, just from a design standpoint, it's too pretentious. There's too many weird angles, weird corners going on, too many ramps. These weird mineral patches creating, you know, the one block choke points in mid map. And then you have the same thing going on at the ramp into the natural. It's been around for a long time. I don't know why it's survived so long. But it provides some natural advantages to the Zerg. You know, Terrans and Protoss have to wall off from a couple different angles. There's juicy swarm host spots if your opponent's trying to mech you. I feel like drop play on this map from Terrans is very annoying, though. Not a lot of Terrans have this vetoed. Pretty much all Protoss do, though. So, all of 11's defensive lings are picked off. It was a fake third from 11. He cancels it. He's getting a lair. What's he gonna do off of it? Is it gonna be a Nidus? Is it gonna be Roaches? Is it gonna be a Spire? Okay, there's an Evo Chamber and a Roach Warren down. The Reaper's coming back in for a scout. He can get over here. He can hop into the main and scout out the Zerg. One drone picked off. Pretty late, actually, as well. The lair has been scouted. The Roach Warren at the front has not been scouted. +1 is on the way. This cancel on the third base isn't scouted either. So DHDH could just think this is a normal 3-base play from the Zerg. He doesn't know about the cancellation. He doesn't know about the extra minerals 11 banked up. And now the roaches are beginning to enter the field. 11 is supply blocked, so that's going to delay more roaches from coming out, but that's fine-ish. I mean, it's not good, but it's fine, because he's going to be wanting to hit around the time +1 is finishing. He's going to wait for roach speed, move out onto the map, and then +1 should be here. Oh! Oh, he's going for speed and a Nidus! Getting feisty there, 11. Okay. Okay, I see you, Zergy boy. He's going to load up that Nidus, drop it on the other side of the map, and the gamble will be cast. Now, DHDH is going to be pretty vulnerable. He has gone for a battlecruiser. So here's what the play is going to be. 11 is going to drop the Nidus. 11 will get damage done. However, this battlecruiser will inexorably make it onto the map unless 11 targets down the starport, which almost certainly won't happen. He's going to go after the workers. He might go after the fusion core. But this battlecruiser will make it out, it will teleport across the map, and it will do as much damage as it possibly can. It is as I have foreseen. 11 goes directly into the SCV line. He's getting nice damage done, but my concern is that he doesn't have anti-air defenses at home pretty much at all. This battlecruiser... Okay! No, 11 is indecisive about his targets. He's finally right-clicked the starport, but I don't think he has the DPS to take it down. Yeah, he's going to be forced to fight the Hellions. The BC has arrived. It's going to take out all these roaches and teleport across the map. DH defends with 18 workers lost so far. He's going to lose about another 4, maybe. More Nidus are being dropped by 11. He's trying to buy time. He's getting out more queens back at home. He still doesn't have enough to fight the battlecruiser. DH hasn't started a second BC. He does have the minerals for it, or the gas for it. Not quite the minerals. Final Hellion falls. Well, no, I mean the final Hellion in the main falls. The queens are being brought out of the Nidus to fight the battlecruiser on his home turf, at least temporarily. A Hellbat morphs. I don't know how much that's going to help. The roaches are going to gun down the second mineral line from the high ground. 11's banking a lot of money here. He could be getting a third. He could be getting more queens. He is getting 2 queens at a time and a couple more roaches at a time. Okay, the BC is going to retreat to the natural and repair. DHDH has not rebuilt any of his tech in the natural. 11 is pushing through. Okay, DHDH is going to move the starport down to the low ground. He's continuing to build Hellions here, but there's so many roaches on the high ground. He has to evacuate. Yamato Cannon is actually... It looks like it's going to be allowed to finish. That's going to mean basically the battlecruiser can kill 1 queen for free each time it engages. 11 needs tech behind this. He has so much money in the bank, but he's tunnel visioning on taking down the Terran. Will it be enough? The mules are dropped, but they might get picked off by the roaches. The battlecruiser can't quite kill all the roaches in time. 5 workers are left for the Terran. GG is called! 11 takes a 4-3 victory for the Ris3n community as they take 4 consecutive wins in a row.